Hey, what's up YouTube? Pastor Matt here. Hey, when I was 8 years old, our public library in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio did something really cool. They dug a big hole in the lawn of the front yard of the library and they put in a time capsule. And everybody from all over town was invited to put in an object that they thought might be really neat to look at 100 years later. Well, it hasn't been 100 years, so we don't know what's in that thing. We'll open it up, I imagine, in 70 or so years, 65 years. But I feel like we just opened up an amazing time capsule because what I just received from my friends and partners over there at Cambridge Bibles is the new Turquoise Reference Edition King James Version in black goatskin leather, edge-lined red letter. Oh my goodness, this is going to take us back in a time capsule journey to what Bibles were like 100 years ago when Bibles were treasured and loved. Nowadays, a lot of people want to make cheap, print them off as cheap as you can, sell them for $11, whatever. But man, back in the day. So let's go back. Let's open the time capsule, shall we? Here it is. Here's the Cambridge Turquoise. This is a brand new Bible, by the way. Just received it yesterday. Literally just came out this week from Cambridge, and people all over the world are excited to open this thing up. And so here it is. Look at this. I'm going to set the clamshell box aside for a moment, and let's just engage in what the turquoise is and was. Now, the reason I give the time capsule illustration is because the turquoise is actually a re-release of one of Cambridge's classic designs from yesteryear. In fact, this design goes all the way back to the 1920s, and so we feel like we have a 100-year-old Bible that just came out of a time capsule. Now, one of the things I want to point out immediately about the new Turquoise edition is that, at least for the first time in my collection, we have a Cambridge goatskin with raised hubs. Yes, somebody over there at Cambridge is paying attention to what's being done by Schuyler and by Allen and some of the other great Bible producers these days, and they added ribs, which only makes the world's greatest Bible publisher in Cambridge even better. I love ribbed style spines. I'm sure you will agree with me that there's nothing more delightful to the eye and to the hand when you're holding a Bible than to have a ribbed edition. That just feels so cool. I also love the Cambridge seal. This is the official seal and approval to print by the Queen of England herself. The King James Authorized Version has no copyright, of course. But nevertheless, Cambridge has the official seal of the Queen to print the King James. And this goatskin is just amazing. Look at the texture. I hope you can see that on the camera. The texture of this goatskin leather is fantastic. We have stitching all the way around the perimeter. And of course, we have Holy Bible printed right there on the top. This comes with 2 ribbons. And I will say, once again, Cambridge has been listening to their audience. These ribbons are better than the normal Cambridge ribbons. Sometimes people complain that what you get in a Pitt Minion or a Clarion or a Cameo, that they're not up to snuff. But these ones, trust me, are. These are the wide Beresford style ribbons, and their angle cut makes them really beautiful. One thing that's a little bit just remarkable about this Bible, I don't know if you noticed this, is this Bible is a little bit tall considering its width. There seems to be like a standard Bible size and shape. That the rectangle is supposed to be just so. This one is a little bit taller. And the reason I think that that's adequate is when you're preaching in this, you're not going to get so much flop over in your hand. Okay? So this is perfect for that. Now, I'll show you another area that Cambridge is upping their game. You're not even going to believe this. I had no idea this was going to be true in the turquoise. But most of Cambridge's edge-lined goatskin Bibles have a synthetic liner. This one has an actual leather liner. I can't even believe it. It's so great. Edge-lined, of course, means the leather is tabbed onto the block. This thing is not going to fall apart anytime soon. It's going to last not only in a time capsule, but it's going to last if you use this thing all the time. This thing is built for use. Let's go ahead and open it up here and let's see. You get a couple of these little certificates. I just have them placed in there for you to see. This one, for the first time, I'm used to getting this one. This one actually has some more information about edge-lined Bibles. I haven't seen this one in a Cambridge before. But we get some very nice registration pages here to fill out your family record, children, marriages, grandchildren, And of course, we come then to the front of the Bible. This does have the dedication page to the Most High and Mighty Prince James by the grace of God. So we have the initial preface here, and we also have the translators to the reader, which is the dedication and description of the King James translation philosophy. Now, as I'm flipping these pages, I'm noticing that this paper is absolutely beautiful. It's fantastic. It's gorgeous. It feels super smooth to the fingers. You know, sometimes you have Bible paper that feels a little hatchy, a little rough, a little like you got an old piece of Egyptian papyrus there or something, a little texture to it. This is super smooth, almost like we're feeling a piece of silk or cotton cloth or something like that. It just feels great to the touch. And the paper is nice, bold, white, and thick. Very little ghosting here. And this Bible, of course, before we talk about the layout in just a second, I want you to notice that this is art gilded, which means that it has pink underneath the gold. And so you've got the gold gilding and you have the pink underneath. Just gives it that beautiful artistic touch. Some Cambridges have that, some do not. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the Turquoise Layout. This is what came out of the time capsule. This is the layout that Cambridge is reissuing now here in the year 2018. It's almost 100 years old. This is nice, bold, very readable font. If you have trouble reading your Bible because of aging eyes, the turquoise is not going to be a problem for you. Unless you have some serious issues, you should probably see a doctor. But if you just have regular old aging eyes, the turquoise is not going to be a problem. You're going to love it. You're going to be able to read that. I can read it from a mile away. Of course, I'm nearsighted. But I think even a person who struggles with farsightedness is going to have no trouble reading the font and layout of the turquoise. One thing that's interesting here, you do have a center column reference suite. I think it's interesting that it also names the number of the chapter of the Bible. So this is Jeremiah 44, and it's the 789th chapter of the whole Bible in order. So you can go all the way through the scriptures. Jump up to John chapter 6, just randomly, it's the 1003rd chapter of the Bible. I'm not sure how relevant or useful that is to somebody's study, but it is curiously interesting. This is a red letter edition, and the red letters, man, I got to tell you, it's perfect. It's perfect. Everything about this Bible, from the outside to the inside, is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot even conceive of a way in which this Bible could possibly be improved. Everything from the cover to the ribs to the liner to the paper to the readable font. The only way you're not going to like this Bible is if you don't like the King James. If you're not a King James person, this Bible isn't for you. But if you want this timeless treasure, the King James turquoise, what I'm going to do for you is place a link in the description of this video. Okay, you can toggle down in the description box of this video, and you can go over to Amazon.com and you can get the turquoise for yourself. Open the time capsule, get the kind of Bible that was used 100 years ago, both in terms of its quality of materials and its very font, print, and layout. I can't imagine that you wouldn't love this Bible if you love the authorized version. Okay, so don't forget, grab this Bible in the description of this video. There's a link over to Amazon. Yours truly, Pastor Matt. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like this video and subscribe if you would. That'd be cool. No big deal if you don't. But I love you lots, and I'll talk to you later.